Okay.
Okay.
This is the third take because we messed up the first two. Um,
It's a really
but
funny story.
welcome to the Talkaholic podcast. Uh, this is our first episode, which is kind of exciting.
And terrifying. I think that we should introduce ourselves to them.
I have no idea what you said, but I'm gonna go with it.
Okay. um,
uh, sure, let's introduce ourselves.
yes, that's what I said.
You go first.
Okay. Um, I'm cold. I'm cold.
And I'm Cookies.
Yeah, he's Cookies.
Yeah, he's cold.
Yeah, I'm cold. That's Cookies. Um,
Uh, I'm Cookies and he's cold.
exactly. Fun fact about
Man,
us.
it's pretty cold down there, isn't it?
Okay. No, it's actually really hot. We're talking about like 78 degrees
Yeah.
Fahrenheit. We're melting down here, boys.
Bro, the other day it was hailing, and I swear, like, the whole backyard was white. Because it doesn't snow where I live. It can't snow.
Right.
But the hail, it
Yeah.
turned everything white.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's so weird how like crazy the weather is in this country because we live in the same country, we're just in different cities.
Yeah.
Like my guy is like 30 minutes away in like a 30-minute flight away from me, and the weather's so different.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to him on Discord. It was yesterday. In fact, yesterday, like he said, it was hailing, and then I'm sitting in a car, fucking melting because the sun's cooking me, like I'm fucking like a strip of bacon. The weather was totally different. I don't know. It was so weird to see that the weather's so weird in this country, man. But
I'm sorry to change the topic so quickly, but I'm over here looking at DJ Ninja's profile in the previous recording before I realized I wasn't recording my voice. We were looking at Twitter accounts, company Twitter accounts, and I found this account called DJ Ninja, and in his bio he says he has autistic right next to British, and his job says gamer, and his location is space, which I
fuck?
think is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
oh my god, we need to get this guy on the show right now, bro.
It says he was born in 2003 but joined Twitter in 2020. That's
That adds up.
yeah, here. Let me send you this big man's
The profile.
YouTube account.
Oh, yeah, the YouTube.
Oh, you want the profile? Yeah.
I want the
Here,
profile.
I'll send you both.
The YouTube. Oh my
Here,
god.
I'll make sure to insert the profile while editing.
Yeah, the Roblox profile
But like,
picture. Let's see what it says.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
If you look at the profile, you'll see British, and then right next to it, it just says autistic.
Autistic. I'm British and it's autistic if it matters. And then we got a profile picture by Mr. T out _12. Oh my goodness gracious. He's a gamer.
Gamer.
I'm a born gamer.
Oh, he does face cam videos.
He does. Really? And is he like a fucking... Wait, he does?
Last time he uploaded was 6 days ago. How to make Five Nights at Freddy's in Roblox. 4-minute, 51-second video.
I would love to watch
Okay.
that, but I don't want to contaminate my YouTube
Yeah.
recommendations because it's like my YouTube's like a holy land. It's like it always knows exactly what I want to watch. I clicked home right now, and that's a video of a cow giving birth. It knows exactly what I want, and it gives it to me. You feel me?
Here. What does my YouTube
I mean, that's a cow
recommend have?
giving birth. That is a cow giving birth.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. You know how it shows you 6 videos?
Yeah.
I have 1 Ted Nivison video and then 5 Tears of the Kingdom videos.
Wow.
And believe it or not, 3 of the 5 Tears of the Kingdom videos are simping over Pura.
Wow. Would you look at that?
The title of this video is literally Sus Pura X-Ray 2 fan animation.
Ew. Um, right below cows giving birth, the video under it says, "Cannibal screams the N-word, hard R, scaring the F out of me. Sons of the forest." And then below that we have um, Best Interest by Tyler the Creator.
That is very fitting and very fair.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, YouTube ended a new to you tab, so I'm not stuck watching my shitty content.
Really?
I hacked a $10 calculator to run Doom Eternal. That's literally what I usually get.
My God.
What is the YouTube algorithm? Because I swear I watch like 2 cooking videos and suddenly all of my videos are
Right?
just cooking.
Yeah. It's because YouTube is normally on point 9 out of 10 times. But then, there's the moment where, say my family asks, "Hey, can we use your computer to put like on a video for like little Timmy and his play group?" And I'm like, "Sure, whatever."
Yeah.
Then I log back, like they say, like we're just gonna put on like one video. Then I come back after 5 minutes, and my entire fucking YouTube feed is filled with fucking like Pepe goes to the moon, Pepe goes to school, Peppa goes to court, Pepe goes with Peppa, and then I have to kind of fight the shit off like it's a fucking plague to get my YouTube back. Because otherwise it's filled with that stuff and I can't get it out.
Yeah, nah. The same thing happens with me, except like I log in to the TV sometimes when I'm like home alone. I watch YouTube on the big television because it makes me feel really special.
Right.
But I forgot to log out, and I opened my YouTube, and it's all kids content. Cause I have 3 younger siblings, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 7-year-old.
Okay.
So it was gone in minutes, man. Like it
Jeez.
didn't stand a chance.
My God. That's terrifying to think
Yeah.
about.
Dude, it's scary because it's like you think that your recommended is
Right. It's like
I don't I don't know what I'm trying to say.
that's why when I let them use like my YouTube, what I always do is I sign out first because
Yeah.
what I'm telling you about,
I should have done that.
it happened like countless times, and I'm up to here with it. Because I don't know, YouTube algorithm needs to work a little bit because I mean, you know what? Honestly, I don't blame them. It makes total sense for a guy who 30 minutes ago was watching clips from Terrifier 2 to be watching Pepe Goes to Get a Vaccine at Dr. Tickletime's clinic. That makes total sense, because obviously,
Yeah.
a horror aficionado such as myself would love to watch Pepe Goes to Get a Vaccine.
Yeah, but it's at least it's not as bad as a lot of people are constantly talking about how good the TikTok algorithm is, but I never get what I want to see on TikTok.
It's not that
Like
good.
I deliberately search stuff that I want to see, and I like and save all of the videos. That way it gives me more of that. Like I'm trying to like get more cooking stuff because I like cooking videos. They make me feel good. They make my tummy feel good. But I find like a bunch of them. I like them. I save them, and then I get another thirst trap, and it's so annoying because I'm just trying to find like cooking videos whenever I scroll, but it won't even give me like 2. It won't give me any of them.
My God. Like, that's similar to me, because the type of stuff I like to watch on TikTok, the type of stuff I consume usually, is like, I don't even know, man. Just like, the one thing I'm trying to kind of get away from are the videos, like, the type, because I talked to you about it, like, a few weeks ago. It's the videos where they have, like, the show on the top and the shitty mobile game on the bottom.
Yeah.
Those are like a plague.
Or it's
I can't get away from those. And I'm trying my
It's
hardest.
like a Family Guy clip and Subway Surfers
Exactly.
both at the same time.
Except that, like,
Yeah.
it switches, like, every month. Like, when it first started, right, it was Family Guy. Then we went with South Park. Then we went with Young Sheldon. Then we went with like
Oh my
Malcolm in the
god.
Middle, The Amazing World of Gumball, Teen Titans Go. Like I've discovered like
The thing is,
shows because of this fucking trend.
I wish they did it with good shows. Like, in my opinion, Amazing World of Gumball is fantastic.
It is.
I love that show, but every other show that you named makes me so sad. Like Young Sheldon, bro. Oh
Young
my
Sheldon,
goodness.
man.
It is so unfunny. Like, at least they got rid of the laugh track, but still, I'm sitting over here, like, not laughing for the last 7 episodes, because I watched the entirety of season 1 before deciding this is not funny, I'm gonna stop. Because I was like, oh, maybe if I push myself, I'll get why so many people like it. No. Big Bang Theory, which I watched the entire thing,
Oh dear.
was better.
You watched the
I-
whole thing?
I wouldn't. Yeah,
How?
I watched the whole thing. I wouldn't say it's the best show, but I think it gets too much hate.
Really?
It has its moments.
I think that
Young Sheldon.
the thing with
doesn't.
Big Bang Theory, right, is that it's so hard, at least for me, it's so hard to root for these characters because the very little I've seen of these, like, nerds, the nerds part is, like, the defining quality of them. And then,
Yeah.
what do they do besides being nerds? Oh, well, one of them invests in a drone so that they can fly up the window and watch the hot chick change and take a lot of pictures so that they can have a
Yeah.
group wank session later. Like, I don't know. There's like this creepy one. I don't know his name, and I don't want to know his name. I don't know if it's
Howard.
Howard, yeah, whatever. That guy fucking pisses me off. Everyone on the show fucking pisses me off.
He was my favorite character.
I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. And then they give Sheldon of all characters a
There's-
fucking spin-off show. What?
Yeah, they gave Sheldon a spin-off. Of all of the characters, why Sheldon? Bro, I loved Raj. Raj was so cool. He was the only one who, by the end of the show, didn't get a single bitch, and then he was the most horny one,
Yeah.
which I thought was so sad. It's always the horniest who don't.
Yeah,
get
I don't
bitches.
understand the appeal in Young Sheldon because from what I've seen, I've watched like episodes of Young Sheldon on the TV, because back when I was in like a different country, because I went to visit Chile for a few months, because that's where I'm from. In those 3 months, I would watch a lot of Young Sheldon. I got introduced to 2 shows when I was over there. It was Young Sheldon and Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds is like just one more of those like organization hunts down bad guys, FBI police shows. But Young Sheldon, I remember just mind-numbing bullshit. It's the same shit every episode. It's just Young Sheldon is a smartass in high school, and everyone just goes, "Oh, Sheldon, he's a cutie, patootie," and I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like what?
And then his brother is stupid.
Yeah.
And then his brother does something stupid, and then Sheldon is like, "No, silly, that's not what it means." And then Sheldon is so scared of bacteria that he hides in his little train room for the entire episode. That is the plot of an entire
What?
episode. Him hiding from bacteria in his little train room. And then there's another episode where the entire plot is the number 0, whether it exists or not.
What?
And they just have conversations like, actually 0 doesn't exist. Because it doesn't exist. And, oh my god.
My God, dude, I haven't even watched those 2 episodes yet. Like the ones I've watched, there's one where Sheldon gets woken up by a chicken and he's like, "Get that foul beast away from me," and then the whole episode's about him like questioning his existence or whatever. And then the other one I watched because of like a clip I saw on TikTok, and I found it really funny. It's where Sheldon's like trying to get into like a school musical. I think it's like, I don't know if it's like.
Is that the clip you keep sending me?
Yeah, yeah. I thought the clip was so funny, so I went out and I watched the entire episode, and I regretted it so much. But basically, in that episode, Sheldon like dances, he sings, he acts, whatever. But I feel like it's like episodes like those that just show how out of touch the prequel was with like the main show, because the Sheldon we see in Big Bang Theory is very different from the Sheldon we see in the show.
Yeah.
It really
I feel like
changed a lot.
something happened between Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon, because they are not the same character.
No.
Because you would think that the whole point of Sheldon in the show, or at least what I got from it, is that he's kind of like a child who never grew up,
Exactly.
and like, what's Penny and Leonard? I think if I remember correctly, uh, those are their names. Are like taking care of him, but he's like an idiot. No, he's so smart that he's actually dumb.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and but in the original, in Young Sheldon, they like gave him a lot of personality that he doesn't have in the show,
Right.
which I think works better because it's more entertaining to see a character with personality, especially if it's the main character.
Exactly.
But it just doesn't follow what the show is, I guess, is what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
it's a noticeable contrast because, in Big Bang Theory, Sheldon's like this, like innocent kind of. It's almost in a cute way, kind of like how he's so innocent and naive, and but at the same time he's like really smart.
Yeah.
On certain fronts, that is.
Yeah.
And then in Young Sheldon, he's not really that gullible. He's actually really smart. And he's often the one doing the fooling. So I don't know what happens in between those two shows, but I don't
I
know.
think Young Sheldon should have had its own name. I don't think it should have been attached to Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I think
They don't
that like they easily could have called it like I don't know. I'm not good with show names, but I don't know, fucking Brainiac
Smart
Brian.
young kid.
Brainiac Brian.
Brainiac Brian.
I don't fucking know.
Dude, that's such a fire name for a show. Brainiac Brian.
I mean, bro, I can see that shit coming up on like the fucking um the television. Like next up, we have Brainiac Brian.
It's like Richie Rich,
Yeah.
but just a really smart kid.
It reminds me of this like one like
Bro, I
British
would
show.
watch
Yeah,
that.
it reminds me of like that one British show I watched back in the day. It's called Horde Henry, where like every character in it. I don't know how to explain it, but there's Horrid Henry, there's Perfect Peter, there's Moody Margaret, and every character in the show is named like that.
Has a rhyme to
So it's
their
like
name?
Rude Ralph,
Oh my god.
like Snarky Susan, or something like that. But the point is, you know, it was a good show. For
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
it was a fun
I've
show.
never
There was
seen
like
it.
books about it too. It was all the craze back then. But, you know.
You cut out there. Could you repeat that?
Oh no, I just trailed off. I just trailed off.
Oh.
I forgot what I was
Yeah.
gonna say, so I just trailed off there. Um,
Yeah, no, that's fair. There is, because I would consider, what's it called? Big Bang Theory to be like a comfort show that people like watch whenever they're eating or something when they don't want to find something new or watch
Right.
something like serious or gory. In my opinion, right? Because my dad's favorite comfort show is The Office, which I really
yeah,
agree with.
yeah, I can agree with that.
I think Community is the best comfort show. Because it does take some, there is a lot of thought behind the show, but it's also easy to turn your brain off while watching it.
Yeah.
You don't have to constantly be paying attention. It's not like, oh, look at me, I watch Rick and Morty, I have 200 IQ or something like that.
Yeah, and it's not
feels a lot like a show.
right.
Go ahead.
I feel like comfort shows, Community. You're right there. Community is by far one of the best like comfort sitcoms you could say. I'd say a close one is Modern Family.
Modern Family's good.
Because I feel like what helps them be comfort shows is that there's no like overarching storyline you have to understand. It's really easy. For example, the first clip I watched was Gloria, which is one of the characters, and Luke, another character. They're sitting in the car. They have the Christmas tree strapped to the top, and I don't know if you remember this, but and then they run over another Christmas tree or something like that. Gloria screams, "Ah, spider!" and throws the fucking guardian angel out the window. It's funny. It's well paced. It's everything good, and that makes it a good comfort show.
Yeah.
Then again,
I feel like the best.
yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I feel like the best comfort shows are ones you can watch while eating without
Yeah.
like having to pause and rewind.
Absolutely. So I'm kind of going against that right now because the show I tend to watch while I'm eating is The Walking Dead, and it's kind of like it's I don't know the expression, but it's kind of like I don't know if this is how you say it, but it's like a double-bladed sword, because when you're eating, I don't know if that's the expression, but when I'm eating,
You don't watch Walking Dead while eating.
listen,
It's
I
like you
do,
throw
I
up.
do listen, because on one
No.
end, get really into it, and then I just forget what I'm eating, but because I get really into it, or
Yeah.
for example, like recently, I watched the main character bite into someone's neck and rip their throat out, and I realized, oh, I'm eating. Oh,
Yeah.
I've probably watched like 300 zombies get their heads bashed in explicit detail, and and I realized, oh wait, I'm eating food right now, and I kind of gotta step back for a little bit because the effects in that show are good. They're really good effects. Um,
Yeah.
but again, it's probably not the smartest thing because I'm on season 5 now, and God, I've had to like get up from my like seat and just get some air more times than I can remember. Cause, whoo, Jesus, that show is something else. Which is why I'm just
Is it that good?
oh, it's really good. Like this morning, I cried watching that thing. It's good. Um, it's a really well put together show, honestly. And even though I've had a lot of it spoiled by people who I will not name, I can still really enjoy the show. Um, because in every episode there's always this like holy shit moment, and it doesn't feel forced. It always comes naturally, and that's the staple of a good show, I think. Having those moments that come naturally
Yeah.
and don't feel like, oh, and suddenly he appears in the doorway. There was no doorway there before, but now there is. It's that kind of thing. Um,
Yeah.
but overall, comfort
I was
shows, Community wins, I think.
yeah. I'm happy you said that.
Yeah.
I what's it called? Across the Spider-Verse recently released, and I'm really excited to see it cuz the first movie was so good. Oh my goodness. And I've seen like little clips and pictures from Across the Spider-Verse, and there's this one picture that makes me it's this picture of the villain, right?
hmm
Where he's just this black goo. Wait. Let me find this real quick.
Alright.
Cause he looks so cool. Uh, sure. Um, like I got this clip on my Instagram called "The Bagel Effect," and he just throws a bagel at someone's head. I think that's from the first movie though.
Oh.
And then like it just tell me that doesn't look super cool. Like the villain's
Yeah, that looks sick.
bro, I'm really excited to see it. Have you seen the first one?
You know what? Honestly, don't kill me for this, but I haven't watched much Marvel in my life, and I haven't watched much of it. I'm gonna get into it, I promise, but I just I was really intimidated by Marvel,
Yeah, no, don't
because
worry.
there's like 20 films, and this year they're gonna release like 4 more, and I don't know. I'm intimidated by it. I mean, I watched Guardians of the Galaxy in theaters, and then that was kind of like a little like a nudge forward to kind of dip my feet in a little bit. I enjoyed it. It was a good film.
I I would actually say most Marvel movies aren't worth watching, cause my dad's a big Marvel fan. So like, back in the day when he didn't have 4 children, we would watch Marvel a lot. Like
Uh,
every time there was something in the theaters, we would go and see it.
right.
And so like where I used to live, we went to I he literally like got me out of school so we could watch Endgame together.
That's so cool.
I would say the only Marvel movies that are actually worth it are Infinity War and Endgame. Those are fire. The Doctor Strange 1, Doctor Strange 2 is pretty bad. The Guardians of the Galaxies, I liked all three of them. Some people didn't like 2, but I really liked 2. And the first Ant-Man. I feel like the rest aren't nearly as good.
Really?
Like the Avengers, Age of. I haven't seen the first. I've seen Age of Ultron, Civil War. I think there's one that I'm missing, but I don't know. They were good, but they're not as good as the other ones that I named.
Yeah. I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna start watching the Marvel movies because I've heard wonders about those, and you know, um,
Oh, and the Spider-Mans.
Spider-Man's. Yeah, I've heard great
The
things about
Spider-Mans are
those.
all good. The third one's kind of bad though.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
The third one is like, imagine if you based the movie purely on nostalgia and nothing
oh
else.
no, jeez. See, cause like that's the
Yeah.
problem with like a lot of modern films. They rely so much on nostalgia, and there's nothing wrong with, bringing back legacy characters, but there's so many franchises that have suffered so hard for it, and they put out like this garbage, and they try to compensate for it by bringing in.
Star Wars 9.
Yes! Thank you. Don't even get me started on Star Wars, bro. Of all franchises, but you get me started on Star Wars, bro, I can rant, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to save that for when we have a guest here.
You stopped.
I stopped?
Yes. It's okay, you're back.
I'm back. Okay. Yeah, cut off.
Bro, Star Wars 9, because I watched it the day it came out in theaters, because I was in the US for a bit.
Right.
Um, it was something. It was a movie. Well, no, it wasn't a movie. It doesn't deserve the title
It's a
of
movie for sure. Like my reaction.
It's a bunch of frames. It's a bunch of frames, one after the other.
Yeah, and it calls up a movie. So what I did that night, I remember I was sitting in the theater. The credits were on screen. I pull out my phone. I open WhatsApp, and I go to I think it was either Tamers or I think it was either Tamers or Crimsh, and I said well, that was a nifty pre-show. So when does the actual movie start? Because God, I don't even know what that was. I don't remember a bit of that movie. I haven't watched it.
If I was forced to watch one of them again, I would choose 9. I think it was better than 7 and 8.
Really?
But anything is better than 7 and 8. I would say 8 is the worst. Bro, did you see Luke in 8? That was not Luke.
No,
He didn't
it
act
wasn't
like
Luke.
Luke. He acted like a big pussy the whole time. And then at the end, he just disappears. He just fades away. What do you mean?
I mean, hold
Why
on.
does he just turn
Slow
into
down, slow
nothing?
down. Listen, in their defense, Yoda kind of did the same thing.
Yeah, but no, Yoda actually died. He was reaching the end of his life, and then he turned into nothing. And then with Obi-Wan, at least it was a driving force for Luke to, do his thing. But I feel like when Luke faded away, he kind of just helped a little bit, and then just dipped.
Right.
You know?
Because I feel like at the point that Luke was, which is probably 60, 64, 65, you would think he'd be stronger by now. Because,
Yeah.
and I don't want to hear no bush about oh, Luke just grew weaker, because no, we see him in Mandalorian and he's doing just fine. You feel me? So, I don't know what they were thinking. I thought that they were going to take the Mandalorian as a chance to kind of explain what happened to him. Or some sort of...
Dude,
I don't know, man.
When Mandalorian first came out, I remember specifically boycotting it because I thought it was gonna be 7, 8, 9, and then my dad, because it was Christmas when season 1 was airing,
Right.
but there were only the first 6 episodes of season 1. Episode 7 and 8 didn't come out yet.
Right.
And my dad brought me downstairs, and we watched the first episode, and I kid you not, all six 40-minute long episodes we watched in one sitting.
Jeez.
It was that good. And we just sat there until 1 in the morning or something watching Mandalorian.
I can respect that, man.
I am so happy that they made an actually good show, or an actually good Star Wars thing, cuz
Yeah.
besides Rogue One, which a lot of people hate, I kind of liked Rogue One. Besides Rogue One, all of the Star Wars movies in the last few years, and yes, I'm counting the prequels. I know your opinion on the prequels, have been kind of bad.
Okay. Here, I just want to say one thing. I think we can both agree that the sequels are the worst. Because here's the thing about the sequels.
Yeah.
The sequels have the title. I have not rewatched 7, 8, or 9 since the day I watched them in theaters. I have not rewatched episode 9 once.
Yeah.
I have not rewatched episode 8 once. I have at most rewatched 5 minutes of Force Awakens before I turned that off. They're that bad. I don't like them at all.
And
They're in.
I haven't rewatched a single one of the prequels either, but the eighth movie, when my dad got some iTunes thingy, it came with the eighth movie, and so now whenever you scroll through our purchased movies, it's tainted by the eighth one. It's like you're scrolling through. It's a bunch of good movies. You know, there's like Blade. There's well, I'm trying to think of a good movie we have. Whatever. And then it's just the eighth Star Wars just standing there among these other movies. It's like in between Aladdin and Guardians of the Galaxy, and it doesn't deserve to be there.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree with you there on that front. I don't know, man. It's just they've been lacking.
It's disappointing, is all.
Yeah, it's
Because I feel like they could have done something good with it. Even. No, they should have just cut out Palpatine entirely. I think the movie would have been better if they just cut him out. But, that was in 9, though. They could have done something cool with 8. Like where Luke is, useful. Maybe. That would have been nice. Because there are a lot of these, I haven't read any of the books. Once again, it's just conversations with my dad where he tells me about them. Where Luke is super cool in the books. He like trains and gets all these new abilities, and he's like way more powerful than in the movies, and all of that stuff. And I feel like if they tried to do something like that, Luke didn't even have to be the main character.
Yeah.
But like maybe if Luke was like someone powerful that would teach Rey like how to be
Right.
powerful instead of Rey just being like, "Ooh, I can teleport things using the Force now."
Yeah.
This was never established prior, and I never trained for this. This just kind of came to me.
it just kind of came to me in a flash in a dream. That's not how it works. See, because I was talking to of all platforms, I was on Twitter and I was fighting off like a bunch of sequel stands because I was telling them the Force isn't something you are born knowing how to use. There is not a single character in this universe except for Rey who grasped the Force in what, a matter of hours? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. Not Anakin, not Luke.
It's always training.
It was always training. And Rey did not get a bit of it until
And
later on.
I feel like that makes the characters a lot more likable too.
Exactly.
Because it's like you see that they've suffered and that they're like trying their best to learn something and to like be able to do something for whatever their goal is, whether it's like
Right.
finding or revenge for their father before he realized he is their father, or if it's
Exactly.
like, what was Rey's goal again?
It was just to find her family. She wanted to know if she had a mama or a papa. And it was like, oh.
Yeah, and then you find out that her family are the children of Palpatine.
Like, oh my god,
Wow.
man. And you can tell how, like, sloppy the sequels are. Because in The Last Jedi, she finds out that they're nobody. And then in, Rise of Skywalker, they double back and they say, well, actually, they're, Palpatines. They're all Palpatines, guys. So,
Yeah.
And John Boyega, who's Finn, he said it himself. He said that there was, like, no planning whatsoever involved with these damn movies. And honestly, it makes sense. Because this just implies that Palpatine got busy. And
That Palpatine got what?
got busy. It implies that he got busy.
Oh.
So
Nah, he didn't get busy. Let's be honest here.
there's no way his like shriveled ass got busy, bro. Like as soon as,
Unless it was before the thingy with Samuel L. Jackson.
that's true. That's true. But then again, they would be a lot older if that was the case. Because in the movie, Rey is like 20 years old,
Yeah.
so they'd be a lot older.
Nah. What also kind of sucked was that Rey's parents were basically nobodies. Like, we didn't even get to know their names.
Right. And then she just claims
It
the
was.
Skywalker name, which pissed me off so bad.
I know. Bro, at the end of the movie, she's like, I'm Skywalker now. No, you're
No,
not.
that's not how it
No, you're
works.
not.
And then again, going back to the argument I had on Twitter with some like sequel fans, they said like, well, you know what? Maybe she doesn't want to be a Palpatine, and I'm like, well, that's not how it fucking works. That's not how it fucking works.
And wait, when Princess Leia got the Force all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, she like got sucked out of the ship and was like, "Ooh, I can float now. I can bring myself back into the ship."
Yeah, like
that was so goofy.
well,
That was so.
it
silly.
does show that like Luke training her when they were younger, but again, this is the cold vacuum of space, guys.
She would have died. She should have died.
Yeah. Like, all respects to Carrie Fisher and, like, all the actors involved, because they have, like, nothing to do with this. The problem here is, like...
No, I love the actors. It's not the actors, it's the writing. The actors did the best that they could. It was just that the writing was so bad that, like... like, if you give, here, who's your favorite actor?
My favorite actor in, like, what, Star Wars?
No, just in general.
In general. Damn, I got, like, a ton of good favorite actors. Obviously, I really love Andrew Lincoln, because... Andrew Lincoln. Sorry, I can't talk today. Because of his work on...
Andrew Lincoln?
Yeah, because of his work on The Walking Dead. He's a fantastic actor.
Yeah, okay. So, if you make Andrew Lincoln, like, a side character in the B movie, there's not much that's gonna happen.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with Star Wars. They... and there's not much I can say about 789. It's really forgettable. I forgot most of it. I remember little bits every now and then because I watched it in theater. So it was like the seventh one. We actually paid extra because we were like, "Ooh, new Star Wars, so cool!" And so the seventh movie, we paid extra to watch in the cooler seats or whatever. Where like, I don't. It just makes me sad.
Yeah, man. It sucks too, cause you know, it was my one chance to like grow up with Star Wars and stuff, and then these films come out, and it's cause I didn't grow up with Star Wars when I was little. When I was little, it was all about Jurassic Park with me.
Wait, you didn't grow up with Star Wars?
No.
I mean, I know they didn't come out like in your lifetime or in my lifetime either, but like I would say that I still grew up with it, like from
You know what?
6. I would say when I was 6 years old is when I started really
I
liking
didn't
Star
like Star Wars until I was at least 11 or 10 or maybe 9 if that's a push. Because before that it was just Jurassic Park.
I see. But you still like Jurassic.
Yo, I love it. I love it. I love Jurassic. It's a fantastic franchise, great stories. And it's Jurassic June as well, so we're really celebrating that.
It is Jurassic June.
So
Jurassic June is a very silly month.
a very silly month.
Anyways, this episode has been going on for almost 40 minutes. So
Yeah.
I'd say it was pretty successful.
I'd say it was.
So, yeah. Well, do you have any closing remarks?
I'd say that this went like really well. I'd say that I'm pretty happy with this, and I think that it's time we brought on some guests. See if we can have some fun here.
Yeah. I'll DM what was his name? DJ Ninja?
DJ Ninja.
DJ Ninja.
Yeah.
I'll DM DJ Ninja on Twitter, see if he responds, see if we can get him on or something.
Yeah, man, that'd
'Cause that
be
would be
fantastic.
really funny.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Well then.
Well, then I think that's a good way to wrap it off.
All right. See you guys.
All right, see you, boys.